point because they are making different kind of schemes, lot of things, but behind that the officers are there, the administrative IAS officers.
So I want to add you one more point
so we can say that the officers are
implement that
playing
what the politician has to bring the new scheme. Then only the officers can do some work for the scheme, right?
But the ideas are given by the officers. They are making a good overall development.
So before coming to the executive, only the legislative parts they are going to play an important role, and they are going to implement that.
Yeah, I agree with this point because legislative people can only make the law.
But behind the officers are there. If they are doing any mistake, means the whole system will collapse. The whole responsibility
So
is up
accept
to that
Dharani's point. So officers are
yeah.
the main role. The politician maybe take some decision, but who are playing on the under the politician? The officers are playing the main role. They will plan and they will collect the information and they will take decision how they are going to do, how they are going to welfare. According to me, politicians just.
I totally disagree your point, my friend, because only officers have certain rules that see the people's struggles and they tell the idea to the only politicians what are the scheme have introduced, but the politician have the full rights to implement the scheme and pass the bill to the people.
I am saying the same thing. I am saying the same thing that politicians have only they are passing the bill, but under them who they are playing the main role means officers they are playing main role.
So I agree with you that same thing. That is what they are only doing. Officers only they are doing for the country. But before that, you can see to implement to bring the law. What the politicians they are going to play a role, right?
But who is making law? That is the important role. No, that if there any mistake is happened, with the whole responsibility under the officer. So they should be strong. They should be the whole responsible to the whole system, right? After that, only the politicians or other things will come. So according to me, the officers are playing a main role in.
Yeah, I will agree with your point, but they are just there for following everything is going correct or not, like that only. But if the people welfare the basis, the politician only playing the critical role, you can say important role. They are only introduced for many schemes, you can say for the 100-day plan and many schemes is there. And nowadays also they are given for the campaign, they are introducing for many things. They are the only person representing the people directly in the parliament. They can have power to implement, they have power to, they will amend the article also, they will constitute everything. There is only have power.
In our Indian history, most of the politicians are uneducated people. So they don't know how to make the basic constitution. How
So
to.
I completely understand your point. If you see the politicians only coming down and they are interacting with people. So you can see that the people interacting with politicians, then only the politician come to know what are the problems they are facing. So then only they can implement some schemes for the people.
I agree with Mr. Prasant's point. He is telling that for human welfare, who is giving that law? The officers are okay. The officers are they are saying that they are implemented or not implemented. But who is implementing that law? Legislature only implementing that law. Who is there? MLAs, MPs. Who that is? They are only the politicians.
So in addition to, we can say that the officers they are not coming into the ground. Only politicians are coming to the ground.
Officers are coming down, but
persons also. Who is coming to the normal persons? People who is coming to the people to for their welfare.
So if you see before election, the politicians only coming down and they are asking, they are telling some portfolios and they are doing the campaign. But the officers they are not coming and they are not doing that.
The people and politicians has a direct power. We can't say that because every district has that to solve the problem of the whole districts. Every collector office have that one. So the officers are playing main role to interact the people. What is the problem? If they want any need or any problem with that, the officers are solving. The officers are taking responsibility to solve and give the
Yeah, I will agree with your point. But officers they are for executives only, but not only for their. They will not take a decision or something. Officers they are only for executives, but legislative they are only taking the decisions everything. They are giving the instruction, they are giving the order. The chief minister can say in the state they will give many things. In every day,
I accept Tamil point. According to me, politicians have only decision making power. They have decision making, but the persons, the legal person, officer will they say the pros and cons. According to the pros and cons, the politician may take decision. So if the main thing is depends on the officers.
I am completely disagree with this point. Officer will play the role. After the rule will implement, they will check that they implemented or not. Who will do welfare for the persons? Who will check that what peoples are needed? That only the legislature, right? That only the politicians are what they are doing, right?
But
Politicians are coming.
behind that, executives are playing a main role.
After that,
The placement
who
is
will
from
come
the
to people and checking for
After
the-
that, only the legislatives are.
Last 30 seconds.
Following the rules.
30
They are not
seconds.
Implementing new schemes are not like that. Only legislative.
Before
they are
and they before
they are
they
just following the rules. That's it.
The legislature only will think about the people, what the people actually want. They will take the things, then they will take the decision. And
20 seconds.
So I completely understand. For example, we can take example of such a company. So if we see the CEO is the legislative, you can consider, and the officers those who are working, they are going to execute the plan. For example, the CEO is having a
10
project,
seconds.
and if they want to implement, they will have some plan and they will introduce to the workers,
Yeah,
and they are going to execute. That is
So
also
there will be a team, like R&D team. The R&D team, CEO maybe take decision, but R&D is a research and development. They will research and they will do and they will